Hey guys, Tom here and welcome back to another episode of My Cars. Today we're going to start the video off with doing a little bit of, I guess it counts as maintenance. I'm just going to fill up the engine oil, and then in the next clip, which will take place tomorrow, we're going to be doing something a little special. We're going to be going to St. Charles to discuss some wrap designs. But first, let's make sure the engine oil is all filled up so that we don't have to find out how much an engine replacement is on one of these cars. Here's the engine oil cap. Here is the oil I got, and here is the funnel thingy. Okay, so we unscrew this, put this thing in here. Now let's see, how much is even in here? This is 1 quart. I think 1 quart should be fine. There we go. I should also probably top up my window washer fluid, but I don't know where mine is. Okay. Yeah! Okay. By the way, here's a hint as to what the next episode is going to be about. All right, sweet. Engine oil levels are topped up, and now I'm gonna head to school, as you can see by the backpack I've got. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next clip, where we will be doing stuff at Infinite Design, and we're gonna see if we can't design a cool wrap for this car. I've already got some ideas, obviously, but gotta talk to a professional and see what they can think of too. We're gonna see if we can't think of a cool wrap for this car, and with the combined creative minds of my mind and whoever I'm gonna be speaking to tomorrow, we should be able to come up with something cool. All right, I'll see you guys in the next clip. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I almost said genitals, it's a bad habit. Welcome to the next clip. Today we are heading over to Infinite Design, STL, down in St. Charles, where I will be talking to the people over there about wrap designs, and maybe we could do a Car Topics Explained collaboration video. I'm also thinking about doing that with Ahmed at Habibi Motorsport on some cool topics. So that I can kind of do stuff that is beyond doing movie cars and things like that. I think it would be cool to educate you guys on other things that are slightly technical or require experience and training to get into sometimes or whatever. So maybe it would be cool to make a video about how wraps work and how certain things with tuning work. So let me know what you guys think. I'm probably going to do it regardless, but I'm hoping you guys would be interested in learning about some of the intricacies of making cars cooler than they are when they come off the lot. But for now, let's head over there. My GPS is acquiring satellites, and I've been having a lot of fun with the Greddy Type S blow-off valve, as you're about to see based on how I drive. I am currently at the new place that Heather and I got. I'm not going to do a tour or anything like that. I'm going to put this in both the vlog playlist and the My Cars playlist so that it's kind of synchronized. And then it gives people who are watching the different playlists a reason to check out the other playlists, all this sort of stuff. But let's open the garage. So my car is also full of stuff right now, Heather's stuff. But I didn't have time to get it out because I have to go and meet these people. And then Heather wanted me to also get McDonald's for her and one of her coworkers. So can only do so much. But I've been having a lot of... It's a little loud. I've been having a lot of fun going in and out of boost, obviously. And I'm going to demonstrate that a little bit for some of the drive, just to pass the time. All right, Infinite Design, here we come. Acquiring satellites. We're on a full tank of gas as well. Right now the car is really inefficient, so this could be interesting. Doesn't that sound awesome? The blow-off valve sounds different when I'm really on it. Instead of the signature Type S whistle, you get a loud whoosh instead. I don't know why that is. Why certain times it's the whistle and other times when I'm really on it, it's more of a whoosh. We're also going to be going past the exit I normally take when I'm going to class. I recently started school. Obviously, I transferred from Iowa to Illinois, so there's that. That's new. Not much to really say. It's just school. I will say one thing. Normally, I wouldn't say this in a My Cars video, but since this is going to be in the vlog series, I'm just going to say this because I think it's kind of funny. But I'm taking a class that's about being environmentally friendly, which is a good class to take. Oh, I'm actually supposed to be taking this exit. I was actually supposed to take the exit here. I thought I was supposed to be going left at some point on a different exit, but never mind. So I have this class that's about being environmentally friendly, being sustainable, and all that sort of stuff. And for the last few days, we've been talking about how there are too many people, how we're overusing resources, and how we're eventually going to exhaust the finite non-renewable resources. And I'm just like thinking, this reminds me of a certain very relevant character in pop culture. He has purple skin, you may have heard of him. And so when the teacher is saying, so what are things we can do to solve this issue? We had that typical awkward school moment, classroom moment where the teacher asks for someone to chime in and no one raises their hand and no one volunteers anything, and it's really weird and awkward. And so she's going, anyone, like from out of Ferris Bueller. And so we're thinking of we're supposed to be thinking of a solution, right? What's a solution to this problem? And so I don't say anything, except I do this. And the guy next to me goes, I think that might have some issues with morals and ethics. And I go, you don't say. I thought that was really funny. I've enjoyed school so far. I haven't had any bad days yet. I'm not taking that many classes. I've only got 12 semester hours, but I should graduate, as long as nothing bad happens, by the year 2021. So I'm almost done. I'm halfway there. Got 2 years left. And then I can work. Or I can start working now, just part-time somewhere. But I want to do stuff that's automotive. And I do have a classmate that works at a Ford dealership, Jack Smith Ford. And obviously he has to work part-time, or he's a part-time student, or whatever his situation is. He's able to be a student. He's able to be a student and work. And so I'm thinking, that could be good for me, because I don't want to rely on YouTube as my sole income. And I'm also very impatient, because I really want to start working and get experience and learn the ins and outs of automotive business. So I've been experimenting in my head and trying to ask myself and answer the question to do with whether I should work now or later. I figured I should work later and just focus on school, but so far I've had a lot of free time to just kind of do nothing, and I don't feel like devoting all of that free time to something like the YouTube channel. I already devote enough time to it. I don't feel like I should devote even more time to it. I feel like I should also devote it to something else that's productive too, because the YouTube channel is productive, develops skills, it helps me meet people and do research, and it helps me build some credibility in the automotive world. Obviously, I have to keep devoting time to school, but school doesn't give me the experience that I might need to do well in a job interview or a job application at a car dealership, like a really nice one, like STL Motor Cars. That's an exotic car dealership, or BMW of West St. Louis. know, dealerships like that. If I went to them and said, I have this experience with driving and researching these cars on the YouTube channel, and I also was like a car salesman for 2 years, that would probably be good for credibility, right? I never would have thought, okay, I kind of thought that maybe one day I'd have a car that made a sound that is recognizable, like from a movie or a video game. And so having a car with a blow-off valve that sounds like the one that was used for Brian's Eclipse, oh man, there we go. But it's just so addictive. And I never thought I would try to imitate Brian's Eclipse. I've always liked Brian's Eclipse, but it was never a car I necessarily wanted to rebuild, like do a replica of. I think it's an awesome car. It's my second favorite car in like the whole franchise. Number one being the Skyline. That's the car I always figured, that's the car I would replicate in terms of sound. With the WRX, that was just kind of like improvised almost, where it's like, oh, this car has 4 cylinders. Everyone always says it sounds like an Evo, which is a Mitsubishi, which doesn't sound too different from like Eclipses and stuff and other 4 cylinders. And so it's like, okay, maybe I should get the Greddy Type S blow-off valve and have this car feel like something that's retro, but is also still new. And that's kind of the goal with the car, is that's how I want to build it. That's why I want to do body kit, wrap, spoiler, exhaust, make it fast. So where it's like, it's fast by today's standards, but cool looking by 2001 standards, or something like that. That just doesn't get old. The only other thing that I might do one day, you know, like down the road, is when I'm able to register the car in like Washington. I mean, technically I could do it now because it's registered in Houston, and I'll never have to do an emissions test here because of that, but I'd have to do one as soon as I went back to Houston. I'm thinking maybe straight pipe it and make it so that when I'm really on it and I'm at like high RPMs, that when I push in the clutch and let my foot off the gas, it goes bang out the exhaust. Because I don't like crackle pop tunes where you take your foot off the accelerator and then just decelerate and it goes bam, 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 like an AK-47. Like, I appreciate it, but I don't think I'd ever want that. Because for me, I want it to be cool, be aggressive and like ridiculous and just overkill, but I also want it to be overkill in the way that a race car is overkill. And I haven't seen many race cars that go with like machine gun fire out the exhaust every time it decelerates. You see fire and gunshots for gear changes, and that makes sense. You know, that makes sense from a tuning standpoint. I feel like doing the constant fire, for one, is probably not good for turbos and stuff, and it probably melts shit, and it probably uses up a lot of extra fuel. I probably sound like I'm trying to be an expert, but I'm not. But that's kind of my layman's terms, very basic understanding of all of it. I don't think I'm as likely to do that with this car though, because as I build my fleet, because that's kind of the plan, is to have multiple cars, I'd want this to be a very cool looking, but still very street legal, fast daily. The E46 M3 and an R34 GTR would not be dailies. I'm not saying I can't daily them, but since I have this, I don't have to. Like, because with the M3 E46, I want to build that into a proper crazy track car. An overkill, awkward to drive on the street sort of thing, where if you need like the nose lift feature from like the Ferrari 488 or Huracan or whatever. Honestly, right now, my favorite supercar, hypercar suspension setup is the one on the new Ford GT, because that's great for the track and actually pretty practical for the street. I should do more research about it, because it looks really, really cool. It is a little awkward cutting across. It's like the Family Guy thing. Good luck, everybody! Well, that was a Dodge Charger with a nice bit of rumble and a good looking color, so maybe I'm in the right area. I may have to pause the video and figure out where the heck I'm going. Okay, so I think we found the place because look at this. This thing is so low. Holy moly. I like it though. Oh, it's only on one side. The other side has the stripes, but this one doesn't. It's very nice though. The GTs come with good wheels, stock. I really like the way they look. All right, excellent. Well, I found Infinite Design. I got a tour of the place. For their sake, they wanted to clean up the shop a little bit before I do any filming there, which I get. I'm not going to film without anyone's permission. But the shop is very cool. They had various different examples of all the things they can do. They had one car being detailed. They had one car being wrapped with it's basically a layered wrap, which is probably what I'm going to do, where they had a base wrap and then an outline of like a wolf on the side or like a husky or something. And then they had a printed wrap back there that was basically like a design of like almost like a horizon from SpongeBob. There was an R32 Skyline in there being spray wrapped in red. That was nice. I wasn't expecting to see that. So that was, I kind of opened the door, walked into the room and went, oh, R32. But yeah, very cool. I spoke to Will. That was the guy I spoke to. I will be including a link to their Instagram, Facebook, which is their main place that I would say to go to if you're wanting to ask them about business questions. Instagram being great to follow the things they're doing and all the posts they're doing and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna go and get McDonald's and stuff for Heather and her coworker, and then I will close off the video and talk about what tomorrow's video is gonna be about. So yeah, see you in the next clip. Okay, well, I'd say that went fairly well. As I said before, I didn't film much because I didn't want to do anything without permission, and they wanted to tidy things up before anyone took any pictures. So the next time I come by, I might come by in like a week because they said they're getting a Liberty Walk 488. And so that might be fun to get some footage of and talk to them about stuff, and maybe talk to you guys more about stuff, and maybe get a collaboration going between me and Will on the channel to talk about some rap stuff. But before I go, depending on when the rest of the parts arrive, the next video could be about an exhaust installation and a Pro Tune, because as I showed before, we've got one of the exhaust parts already here. You may recognize that as Grimspeed. That is correct. I have got a Grimspeed catted J-pipe here, and I have a Tomei Extreme TI catback single exit exhaust on the way. It's on back order, so it's taking a little longer. This came very fast, the Grimspeed part. So we get to look forward to that. After we do the exhaust, we're gonna do aesthetic stuff. We're gonna start with a body kit and the wrap. That's why I went to Infinite Designs. I'm not gonna tell you guys what I have in mind yet, but it's gonna be really, really cool. The car is gonna stand out. Obviously, since day one, I've always thought something's missing here. So of course, the car is also, you can't see because it's dark, but the car is also gonna get a wing. It's not gonna get an STI wing, but it's not gonna get a giant APR style wing either. It's gonna be something like an S207 or S209 wing. Probably the S209. We'll also do the wheels and stuff. We're gonna do a bunch of aesthetic things, and then we're gonna go hard into performance stuff. But yeah, it was really fun to see all the stuff they have there. I hope you guys are looking forward to what I have planned and what I have in motion. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog / episode of my cars, and I'll see you all next time. I'm gonna start unloading Heather's stuff into the apartment / house, townhouse. We call it a house, even though it's kind of like an apartment, but it's so big that it's like a house. You'll see when we give a tour at some point. Keep it crazy, everybody.